Rundown has returned after a week layoff. We're back. To my right is the man coming back from Antarctica with the penguins, with the polar bears, with the snow, trying to stay warm. Oh man, RJ.
I'm so freezing. How's everybody doing? It's good to be back here. Reject Rundown. And right to the right of me is my right hand man. He is the modern day LL Cool J. What's up, baby?
I like that. I mean, LL Cool J with way more hair, but that's right. Yeah, it's your boy, Zach Attack, Zach the Mac. I'm here. I got my guy on the right here. You know, the host with the most.
The host that don't know the most. Come on, brother. Be honest.
Nice, I'll take it with that. But what's up, everybody? We joined the kid. Thank y'all for joining us here, 216 family. We are back, like SG3 stated. You know, we took a nice little week off, had a little vacation, also had my birthday going in. So, you know, that's all right.
Took a week off because it was your birthday.
Thank you. Yeah,
someone conceded.
Sprinkle that in
no,
there.
man, I needed a day, man. It was my day. I needed some break. I needed to relax a little bit.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Thank you. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, guys. Well, anyways, let's get to it, everybody. We got a lot of stuff to dive into with Rejects in the booth right now at the moment. So let's dig in, everybody. First thing first, wrestling on the board, right?
We're going to do this.
SG3, go ahead. You lead the role here, man. Lead the role.
We're not even going to talk about WWE, AEW. We're not going to talk about that. Listen, we're wearing a specific shirt.
For a reason, everybody. If y'all see the cameras, you see this Let Me Tell You Something, brother shirt.
We're doing it because we want to be nice to our homies over here in the 216 and that family.
That's right.
Shout out to those guys.
Shout out to them. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
We appreciate the belt. But we here at Reject Rundown, we like to do things better. We like to do things bigger. We like to do things above. So we got our own. And my little brother, Danny Do It Go Home. Bring it on over here. Bring on what we actually got. Bring on the true belt.
What? Oh,
the true belt. The true belt.
Yeah, you're right.
We don't need to thank you. It's not even heavy. This ain't even heavy. This one.
Lightweight. This is lightweight, everybody. That's all I got to say. But we appreciate it.
Actually heavy. This is actually gold right here.
Right. It's actually gold right here. Gold. Call us the gold boy.
So, as we all know, like SG3 kind of said a little earlier, we challenged, let me tell you something, brother, and the pick'em for this weekend coming up on Clash at the Kingdom.
Clash at the Castle.
Whatever. Okay? And the AEW
all out.
All out. Thank you very much.
Get that one right?
Huh? No, I can't, man. You know what I mean. Anyways, so whoever has the best picks, I guess at the end of Sunday night, we're gonna end up chopping session here, okay?
But then on top of that, though, we're gonna have a title belt.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, the best part about it is that it's not going to go anywhere except for the Reject Rundown show.
I appreciate
because
that.
we're just going to stay champions all the time.
All the time. But we appreciate you taking time over there. Let me tell you something, brother. We're going to get a nice little challenge going out for you guys. It's going to be entertaining. Let's put it that way.
We'll go easy on y'all.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do the first
nice
one.
Nice and easy.
All right, let's get into the stuff, everybody. Let's get into good wrestling things. Triple H is making his own mark in WWE. We've been feeling it, of course. Go ahead.
Jan, I want to say hello. Thank you for watching us. We appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, shout out.
We appreciate you. Now, speaking on Triple H and his mark on WWE, there's a lot of re-signings going on, everybody. We've been getting a lot of people coming back that left because of so-called Vince and not, letting him go and pass on. But now they're kind of making their way back. Triple H is making some moves and saying, let's change up the game plan. Let's make this right for you guys that left.
As he should. Spice it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with these new signings or recent signings back in return.
Hey, I got one for you.
We got a comment. Hold up.
We got a comment from Mr. Thomas. All right, Mr. Thomas. Says, know your role and shut your mouth.
Hey, that's the thing, man. Our role is here, okay? Our role is winning. Let's put it that way.
Make sure they get if they see on their message that says 216 on it,
yeah.
It means that they belong to us.
That's right. So now, with those signings, the most recent one was Johnny Gargano. Was that how you pronounce his last name? Gargano. Karrion Kross, Dakota Kai, and Hit Rose. Now, my question to you guys, and I'm going to start with you, old man, is resigning these superstars too quickly becoming a problem?
No, it's actually a smart thing to do. I mean, okay, when is their clause over? When are they supposed to? Because you have a 9-day clause.
True.
And you want to get these guys back before AEW scoops them up. Mm-hmm. You're looking at Johnny Gargano. Everyone's thinking he's going to AEW.
True.
Dakota Kai. Who in the world lets someone like Dakota Kai go?
Yeah.
Only one is old man Vince.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry to cut you off. Listen, Tom. It's been brought, and guess what? We already won. So stop commenting.
Just enjoy the show for right now, okay? It's been brought, like you said. Continue on, man.
It's been brought.
So my thing is, you have to get all these wrestlers back right now before they get signed somewhere else.
That's correct.
But the thing I like about it is that they're not just coming back and, hey, I'm just here. Let me just sit down. Let me throw a small promo.
Yeah.
No, they came in at SummerSlam. They came in on Raw. They came in on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
And each time they're coming in, they're dropping an impact.
They are. Now, my concern is, though, I guess I would say with SG3 in this concern part, is the alignment of the show. The storytelling and making it make sense. Is that going to be a detriment to what's going on with all the pickings and bringing it back? Or would that, you think Triple H is smart enough to kind of fit him in just and right?
So, look, let me tell you this. Gargano comes back.
Mm-hmm.
No promo was
needed,
said.
right?
But secondly, though, there was something that was done. He came back after commercial break.
Yeah, but I heard everyone's been talking about that.
Like, you come back, you're expecting either a match, some lame promo, you're expecting something.
You think that makes a difference for the better, or
it makes a difference?
Okay.
It keeps you on your edge because, like, you saw everybody. Like, if you watch this as return, everyone was like, "Oh, dude!" Like, there was guys who were like almost pulling their hair, who had no hair, but they had hair at the time.
Pulling whatever they got.
And they were just excited. Like, you saw everybody just basically jumping up and down. They were going crazy. They were like, "Oh, dude, he's back."
Yeah.
So it's like those little things. Hit Rose, or who was the guy that got arrested? I did it during the show.
Yeah. Karrion Kross? Dexter something.
Dexter Lumis,
he's coming in. He's making like small appearances, but
and notice
it's like he's moving up.
He got signed, but there was no promo.
Yeah,
they're not doing the promos, and that's what's great about it. That it keeps you on your edge because every single day it's something new.
It's like what's going on,
and nobody knows about it.
That's true. Like there's no one with social media can do with the storytelling and stuff like that, and hitting the mark before it even happens and stuff like that. Nothing is being told right now. No one's knowing what's going on. It's besides the fact of possibilities of who they can bring back.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Allegations.
Allegedly. Honestly,
allegedly.
This reminds me of when they brought in Ronda Rousey.
When? The first time around?
Yeah, during the Royal Rumble, I think it was.
Yeah. No, that was WrestleMania.
No. It was a Rumble. It was a Rumble.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, are you talking about the performer? Because she did show up at WrestleMania when she
put
Stephanie.
But I'm saying when she signed in the company.
Yeah.
And she got the theme song, and she was like, and everyone's like, she's here. And even Triple H said, "Do you know how hard it is in this day and age,
right, to keep that
to bring her from another country to here, to drive her from the airport to here?"
But that's the same thing with the whole Hardy Boys. When they came back on WrestleMania, they joined in on the TLC thing.
People were knowing. Listen,
there's speculation.
No. Listen to the crowd. Everyone was saying delete. So everyone knew about them coming back.
Gotcha.
No one knew about Ronda. No one knew about Gargano. No one has known about anybody coming back.
Dakota Sky.
No, whatsoever. Yeah, exactly.
Even Io Sky.
Right.
No one's known about them coming back. And then it's like when they're coming back, it's like, oh, you feel like you're back in the 90s with this.
That's true. Very true.
Just say, thank you, Triple H. I love Io Sky. All right, so what do I do? I just let it out there, Yeah,
exactly. That's true. Now, the other thing is that we're getting a lot of reports when it comes to Bray Wyatt coming back and possibly signing a multi-year deal. Would that be something exciting? Because at this point, you would want to say, okay, if you're bringing back Bray Wyatt, the expectation is he has to be the top guy. He has to be above all and be the big bad guy of the company in a sense to helm the new generation of Undertaker-like.
Has to.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, but the other thing is too, but what's going on with the other storyline and with the other wrestlers? You got Cody Rhodes coming up. You got Johnny Gargano. You would think that's going to be coming in for a title contention in a sense. And then the other one's coming as well.
Dolph Ziggler is coming back up again.
Right, exactly. So it's the matter of, I feel like I'm a little nervous. I'm a little cautious. I'm like, this seems exciting, but it's like, be strategic, Triple H, and hopefully you don't let this whole 3-hour show kind of get lost in your control.
You know what, though? I'll tell you one thing right now. For what he's shown, it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it at all. It looks like he's actually controlling what needs to be controlled, right? And he's letting the writers do what they're hired to do.
Facts.
Which is right.
Right, exactly. That's very true.
That's it. Like, you know what? You got writers for a reason.
Yeah.
Let them do what they got to do.
That is true.
Right.
Let them
Let them earn that pay.
Exactly. All right. Moving on, everybody. Getting on off topic over there. Edge's farewell tour could be coming up, everybody. There was, after Monday Night Raw on August 22nd at Toronto, after the lights went off and all the good stuff, he stayed behind, talked to the Toronto crowd, and basically kind of told everybody, this is my last year. I'm planning on retiring in 2023.
Dang.
Let you guys know. I want to tell you, Toronto, I'm a Canadian native, and let you guys know firsthand that I plan on, this is my last hurrah.
Well, initially when he signed, I think for what, like 3-4 years? He didn't sign for a long time.
No, he didn't.
He signed
You're
for 3 years.
Correct.
So then he signed for 3 years, got hurt, and then he's like making the comeback. And remember, we did speculate and said maybe because he's hurt, they add on another year. Like, hey, dude, because of what happened,
right.
But I guess they're allowing him just to honor the contract that he signed.
Yeah.
Dang, and who knows? Crazy. Maybe he goes legend. Maybe he just says, you know what, dude, I'm done. I gave you my all that I just gave, and I'm done. That could happen.
Possibly, because with this last farewell tour, do you think that oh man, RJ,
yeah,
do you think?
Please,
do you believe that since it could be the last year in a sense for him, would be him winning a title before he leaves?
Ooh.
You don't have to. Look at Ric Flair. WrestleMania 24 against Shawn Michaels. He didn't have no gold under his belt.
True.
But the name is already there, Ric Flair.
Yeah.
What we want to know is who is he going to be in a program with going from August all the way to next August?
Yeah.
What wrestlers will he be facing off?
Yeah.
If I'm WWE right now, would be the best time for you to not put him in a program with like, oh, I'm in a storyline with this guy and that guy. No. Right now, call it the Legends Tour.
Okay.
Give him Randy Orton. Give him Drew McIntyre.
I would say that. I'd like to see that.
Roman Reigns again. Start bringing them one after another. Like I'm calling you out month after month after month. Next pay per view, I want you. Next one, I want you.
Okay.
Yeah.
August, bring him back to Canada.
Right.
Have his final match in his hometown.
Yeah.
Bring Bret Hart as a referee.
Yes.
And give us one of the best legends. You could do Orton versus Edge.
Yeah.
One more time.
That would be dope. I mean, they have hell of a matches. They go 5-star every time they get in the ring all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially last. And it's, love how you brought up Bret Hart with that, because watching the AE, special and his, what's called biography in that sense, that I didn't realize of what Bret Hart opened the door for him. Bret Hart.
You did say Bret Hart.
Bret Hart?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. It's my accent. It's my accent. Sorry.
Just call him Bret.
It's my accent. I'm sorry. Okay, Bret Hart. Jeez, guys. But like, I didn't know he had opened the door for him in that part.
I think
for Edge. Yeah.
Because I can't remember if he went.
No, he didn't go to school with him. He was more or less there was a radio show or a Judy or like a Ricky Lake type of show that he was on, and then
they asked him about how to get into the
business. Talk, and every so often they would like discuss and kind of open the door for him.
We got a comment from another time.
Actually, it's a nice one. Actually,
very nice comment.
Yeah,
Edge versus Christian in Toronto to end his career.
But that also means Christian having to leave AEW, coming back to WWE.
Or they could do a nice little exchange for
a worker deal.
Nah,
a one night thing.
At this point, the only time would be is if he.
Let's put it this way: it would be nice.
Oh, Christian money.
Christian would have to leave.
All right, so our good friend G Money Guillermo Casillas, he comments, Tony the Kid coming out as a cheesehead.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's been proven right now.
What are you talking about? Because I'm wearing the yellow, man? No,
because the Bret Hart comment.
No, Bret Hart. Yeah. Never that.
One more time, and then Tom just said right now, Bret was an influencer for Edge.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So that goes to show. Now the problem is with that whole, crossing over Christian possibly with AEW, you can already feel like there's not going to be any type of communication, because if we're already getting word from AEW side of things telling WWE, stay in your lane, don't talk to our wrestlers, just because Triple H is in town doesn't mean you get to take your talent back. They're signed with us to deals, and that's it. We're leaving it at that. So, you know what I mean? I feel like that animosity going back and forth could be there. And who's to say that could work? Now, Christian would have to get fired.
Either that or how long is his contract for?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very true. Very true. How long did he sign up for?
Also, I like the idea for the exchange.
He's not part of AEW. He's part of Ring of Honor, ain't he?
Which is actually owned by the AEW company.
But still, he still could have a separate.
Yeah.
True.
So you're saying he could find a loophole in there, huh?
Yeah. Okay. That could be true. Okay. All right, guys, moving on. Speaking on wrestlers and legends, Ric Flair challenged to another wrestling match.
Why?
Everybody.
Why?
Exactly. Who can't? No, leave
Triple H is. He's giving the okay. He's got a little soft heart for him.
No,
he's got a little soft spot for him.
Let him relax, man. So Speaking up on this, guys, if you guys did not know, WWC, okay, it's a wrestling company that resides in Puerto Rico. He showed over there the week following after his so-called last match against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and stuff like that. Showed over there, and the company decided to offer them another match here on our platform. Let's have you guys come back. Have you come back, Ric Flair, and have a match. Ric Flair is like, you guys, I just have a match. I passed out 3 or 4 times within the match. I'm barely come on, man. I don't have it in me like that right now. I can't
passed
do
out in the middle of the match.
Puerto Rico,
we got a couple comments too.
Wants to go ahead.
Go ahead.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna read them. So then Tom said to us earlier, Forbidden Door will be open.
Mm-hmm.
Tom also said, how many AEW guys are appearing on A&E WWE biographies?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Okay. Good
Brother G Money said, woo!
Woo! We'll give him that one.
And then Kent Jones just said, dude looked like he was wearing a pure
1920 sweatsuit. Yes, that is true. That is so true, though. I totally agree.
He looks like that all the time, though.
That is true now. But I mean, go ahead, man, old man. There with your comment.
Remember what I was trying to say here. The thing is that I guess Puerto Rico might have made a lot more money with Flair being there. The thing you could do, you don't need Flair to wrestle.
No.
Have Flair be right behind his son-in-law, have his son-in-law wrestle, right? Flair be the manager.
Facts.
There's so much you could do with that name that could still get you money and booties in those seats.
That is true.
I just feel, you know what, dude, I agree with you on that, but at this point, though, I think just jumping on to the next topic, I think, you know what, just let him retire, dude.
Yeah.
Let the man retire. Like, at this point, dude,
stay home, man.
Just stay home, man.
That's the good question. Should the wrestling world finally just let Ric Flair retire?
They should.
Let him go. I get that if Ric Flair is going to be in the back end and chime in about picking matches and who he believes that could be a good, match against each other and getting opinions and stuff. But to sit there and say, can you come on the ring and, do a nice little woo or whatever case to be is, you're asking a lot already of the man, the myth, the legend himself already to keep doing that every single time you come on there.
Almost 80. He just, a year or two ago, he almost passed away.
Maybe he just feels like he's an entertainer and he just can't say no.
That's the addiction in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I
That's
got
the
you,
addiction in there.
Because you know what? In the wrestling world, there are people who just keep, Undertaker, for goodness knows
how long how many WrestleManias?
Right. He finally had the legs. He said,
at this point, though, it's just, I think the wrestling world should stop calling out to Flair because they know that he loves it. Because at this point, he eventually probably could be overworked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could definitely.
In the sense, they're also feeding into that addiction part of things and sit there and says they know Ric Flair is going to want to give some type of entertainment, and it's like you ask that question and they're going to be like, they know the answer. Yeah, you're going to say yes.
That's true.
Kent Jones, I love the Nature Boy, but he will start to tarnish his legend.
Yeah,
it is like Jordan playing for the Wizards.
That is true.
That's a very good point.
A very good similarity right there because it's like, you had a decent, run with the Wizards, but for you to do that dominant 90s reign and then all of a sudden do that, it's like,
that ain't gonna happen.
Thank you, right? Now, exactly. Now, speaking on that, jumping into NBA, everybody.
Right.
KD meets with Brooklyn, decides to stay with Kyrie in Brooklyn.
You know what? That reminds me of something that happened in 2007. Y'all remember it?
What's that?
It happened with a certain team called the Los Angeles Lakers and a certain star, may he rest in peace, named Kobe Bryant. Where Kobe was saying, I want to get traded. I'm talking to teams.
Yeah.
I'm not happy here. And then all of a sudden, it's just, all right, guys, it didn't work, but we had to work and, we're good.
Last minute dots here, a little tease there.
I think that's what happened with KD. Because KD went and talked to the mayor, he talked to the president, he talked to everybody he could about getting traded.
Everybody's like, no, don't leave Brooklyn, man. Come on, man. It's Brooklyn. We need you here.
Do we though? They were saying, where's Brooklyn at?
Zach, I'm going to ask this one with you, man. So does this mean, are the Nets primed for another title run with these two coming back and saying, let's try one more time?
No, they didn't have a title run the first. They got swept in the first round by the Bucks. No, they're not. Nah, man, I wish KD the best.
My question for you,
I think
they ever get a title win
right.
too?
I mean, they got into the playoffs.
I'm pissed off about that because what was that year that the Bucks won? I bet that the Brooklyn was going to win, but all because KD's big ass foot,
That big ass
decides
foot.
a step. Someone do a step back, but his pinky toe still lands on the line.
Yeah.
Shoots the possible three.
Uh-huh.
Would have made it
In game
but then
7.
But then made it a 2-pointer, and they lost. Come
All right.
on, man.
Two things.
Go ahead.
G Money said LeBron James is still the GOAT. That's
No.
what he was actually.
Okay, shout out.
No, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that, G Money.
Kent Jones just said nobody wanted his ass on their team. Man in the clubhouse, how many titles?
Exactly.
That's true, man.
That is true. Exactly.
I bet you
Agreed.
Golden State even turned their face like, we don't want it back.
But
We
it's
don't want
not
it.
too. It's like, you see what I mean? The only team that you won your titles, and that's all because of Golden State.
Mhm.
Not because you did most of the work, because they
they
In
put
the
you on their back.
finals, though, hold on.
He
let's be
rode
honest.
Curry all the way
He
in there.
did ramp it up. Yes,
Yeah.
I give to you. He did ramp it up. But throughout the whole season, you would have gave it to the rest of the trilogy, the trio.
Yeah.
G Money and Zach Max. Speaking about being carried, you know.
Oh, okay, good point. I like that. Nice one.
There you go.
Zinger.
Yeah.
Zinger.
Point that out.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
I'll put it this way.
Got fiery.
I'll put it this way though. I think it's even better for Kyrie. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a like. I think it'll give more of a Kyrie to shine. It's gonna be because he saw how last thing.
Because
he
he's
saw how
finally going to
last
play games.
Right, exactly. He's gonna play. Actually, he's not gonna be held out because of COVID. I mean, hopefully. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on there, but
So when he could come back and he didn't decide to come back, it's
Right.
still because of COVID.
you know what I'm saying? Like, well, it was
That's
him.
what
It was
it is.
him, but it's.
Oh my
I
God.
think it's gonna be a slap in the face because you saw how bad things were last year, and I think he let KD be the star last year. I think he should step it up this year. You know what I'm saying?
Just like he
Be
did
like,
with
brother, the
LeBron
main-
and Cleveland.
brother,
right?
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Brother, the main reason why that he let KD be the star because he wasn't in the games to play.
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
it's interesting to say the least. But I mean, there's more to come out with NBA teams. There's a lot more trades to come around. We're still not there just yet to kind of get the full picture of what teams is going to be moving on for the season. So let's keep in touch with that, guys. Moving on to MMA stuff,
Actually,
everybody.
hold on. Can we talk about
yes.
one last thing in NBA?
Go ahead.
Where does the spider go?
Huh?
Where does the spider go?
Mitchell.
Why is he even leaving in the first place? Thinking about that. Speaking about that, why is he leaving?
Utah. He's leaving.
Why is he
Utah
leaving
Jazz.
Utah?
So for the fans, yeah.
Doesn't he have a big man that could the all around defensive player of the year?
No.
Twice, three times almost.
Utah just let him go. They
Oh.
let go. They let him
Let him
go.
go.
They
Gobert,
did
though?
go big. No, wait.
Yeah, Gobert got traded, dude.
To where?
To the grid? No.
To I think it was either to the
Hold on, man.
Timberwolves,
Speaking
to
of
the
that,
Timber Pups, or to the
Timberwolves.
or
I
to
think
the-
he
or
did,
to
you're
the
right.
Knicks. He got traded,
Yeah.
dude, because everyone's like, "What's this gonna do for the Spider now?"
I think he is. I
That's
think he
why
went to the
he's like,
Memphis.
"Oh,
I think
got
he
rid
went to
of him.
Memphis.
I'm done.
I think he did go to Memphis to play with John Morant. That'd be nice. Ooh, that'd be.
I don't know, man. I'm trying to see
I like
where.
that.
Can you mention that big man trying to do the gritty?
That'd be crazy. Gobert with the gritty.
Oh yeah, Minnesota sent a package.
Told you.
Right?
Minnesota.
They got sent to the
Yeah.
Timber Pups. I told
Timberwolves.
you.
But why? Why? would
That
you
is
do
crazy. That is.
So then,
wild.
yeah, okay. If Utah's gonna do, if they send away him, then you guys.
But they're talking about they want to do
Send
it.
Spider.
They want to do it fast.
So what? You just picked him up, and he's starting to strive his
starting.
timeline.
Nah, he had like the last 2 years were freaking.
But
good
that's
for
what I
him.
mean.
3 years. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
oh, yeah.
Remember when the Thunder had Carmelo Anthony, they had Paul George, and they had Russ.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Mitchell
then Spider
did.
by himself
he
just
took it all
went
up.
ham
He
on
was.
them.
Exactly.
Put them all in the web. You're right. You're right.
So that's what I mean. Like it doesn't. I'm kind of flabbergasted. What's going on with the team?
At this point, I could honestly tell you the fact that probably Spider sat here and said, "I'm done trying to be the main guy all the time, and you guys not give me what I want."
Yeah, and then for him to lose, he's got to feel some way that Gobert is going. So he's
So he has a LeBron complex. Got it. Okay.
And you know what though? It's not
Got
even.
it.
Hold on,
Okay, I
wait.
get it.
Hold on, wait.
Got
It's
it.
not even a LeBron complex because it's like the
Right.
one guy you had to help me who was not even a top 75, and I still carried the team to where I got them.
Yeah.
And all I'm asking you is just one other player like
Mhm.
a Gobert, and you don't give me it. Instead, you get rid of him.
And then what are you gonna give me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
damn right. Where does he go? It's a good
Yeah,
question.
true.
That
That is
should be.
true.
Where does he
Okay.
go?
All right, moving on to MMA because we gotta talk about a shocking
Oh man.
occurrence that happened on friggin' MMA. Okay, the last UFC main event. Now, Leon Edwards does the impossible. Everybody
Mhm.
defeats Kamaru Usman and stops him at the last round within the
Literally.
last minute.
Literally the impossible.
Yes,
Literally
a
the
Rocky Balboa felt moment. The last minute save because he
Man.
knew he was gonna lose the fight.
Yeah.
And
He
if
knew
it
his
wasn't,
corner, the commentators
thank
knew.
you. If it wasn't for his corner coming out and saying What are you doing, man? You gotta go out there and beat him, Leon. You gotta go out there and give it to him, man. And all of a sudden,
like
the last minute goes in there, and then bam, right in the face.
You know what, though? What it
Straight
was?
head kick.
Let me take it back to another sport, though. We're gonna talk about boxing in a bit, but I'm gonna bring up boxing.
Uh-huh.
Michael Moore versus George Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Edwards was setting him up that whole night.
Yes.
And he was waiting for, because if you look at it, how smooth do you go from a left hand to left kick?
Yeah, that is
how
true.
smooth do you do that?
Yes. He was throwing that the whole night. He was throwing it very lightly and just kind of teasing that and saying that.
Like what Foreman did to Michael Moore.
Exactly. Like he was throwing it very lightly. He wasn't throwing it with that much power. But man, that one nice little fake and then whack him with the left leg.
And watching it live, it didn't even look like it was that hard of a kick.
No,
it
not at all.
didn't.
And the crazy part was, is listen to this. I'm sitting there watching the fight. I'm literally dazed down on my bed and watching the fight go on. Now, there are two types of fights that Kamaru can have. He has those type of fights with Covington where it's all out throwing fists and it's entertaining. Or he can have a fight like he did the first time he fought Jorge and just kept him against the cage the whole night. Right. Boring type of fight, right? Mm-hmm. But dominant in his perspective. So this was starting to be like that a little bit. So I'm a little bit maybe glimpsed out, and all of a sudden, I open my eyes. Kamaru's on the floor laid out with his eyes looking above, and I'm like, he's knocked out. Oops, sorry. He's knocked out and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Like, what occurred there? I'm like, what happened? I'm sitting there shouting out. It's 11:30, almost 12 o'clock at night, and the kids are sleeping and stuff, and I'm about to wake up the whole house. Man. Like, it was crazy. It was wild.
That was wild.
So firstly, when you smacked the camera, Kent Jones was about to strangle you.
I think that's why
sorry, man, my hand moving. I'm hand motion and stuff. My bad. Tony King is excited over here.
Number two.
Now I see why I sit over there instead.
Number two. Hands don't go up.
Kent Jones said another comment. He said, nope, got lucky. Everyone knows that.
I got lucky.
I don't know. I mean,
it didn't look that hard of a kick, man. It didn't.
Like I said, a puncher gets a puncher's chance. You know what I mean? So that in that sense, that's where it comes. It's really going to show. The second fight goes around with Kamaru.
Third.
Oh yeah, that's true. The third fight. This is the third. Yeah. So yes. So the trilogy fight is going to be entertaining.
It is. It's
going to be kind of seeing what's going to happen.
I feel Kamaru's going to come out swinging.
Right?
He's got a confidence, man. He took him down. Yeah. First guy to ever take down Usman.
Facts.
First one.
And he took him out with ease.
Too. You know what though? Look, that's a trip. I don't care what you say, dude. That was a trip.
It was a trip? Okay.
But that's the way. That's a takedown style of way where they.
So you're going to agree with Ken over there. You got lucky
and they lift that leg to drop him down. That's a way of a takedown.
So then Colby Covington also got a takedown on him, huh?
Okay.
I don't know about that. Okay, cool. That's true. You. I'm glad the fact that we can have this conversation.
Let's replay that. I'll see that. I'm okay with that. Let's replay that.
I'm glad we can have this conversation.
Yeah, that's good.
Now that being said, though, rematch-wise, Zach, do you think it should be held in England for Leon?
Ooh. Is that the speculation?
Dana said talking like this already the next match I'm already gonna have. It's in Buckingham. It's already.
It is. Oh, so, okay.
He's trying to make it official.
I'm okay with that. Okay. It's either that or you got to take it to Fight Island. But I'm okay with that. Yeah. Okay. I'm okay with England now. That's cool.
Now, what does this mean for Kamaru's dominance? You would say because he was about to hit 20-0.
Yeah.
And Leon did the impossible.
It got chipped at. It did. Wow. He got chipped at. That dominance did. It did. And he lost the belt. But yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Mike Tyson was undefeated for a while. Buster Douglas did the impossible.
Yeah.
What does that do to Mike Tyson's name?
It didn't do nothing because he's still dominant to this day.
That's true.
He's a bad, dangerous.
Just a chip though. Just that little,
you know.
Yeah. You know what? Let me go by because I see where he's going with this.
Right.
It did a lot because there were so many people who sat there and said Tyson isn't Tyson.
Oh yeah.
Who sat there and said?
Because if I'm not mistaken, right, that loss is exactly when he lost his main trainer, right?
That was already 2-3 fights after the trainer passed away.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's like you never seen him lose, so you don't know how he's gonna react.
It's when he fought Leon Spinks where he lost. Michael Spinks. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, they're great.
When he fought Michael Spinks, he was like, yo. Where the commentator said you can line up Ali, Foreman, Frazier, Rocky Marciano, line them all up. Yeah. They're all going down in one round to this man.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Interesting to say at least. But that also made the dominance of Kamaru is out the window, man. People were really hyping that up. Okay, they were really going after that.
He could be right now face down in some whiskey. Like
in the MMA world, in that sense. Like, in the MMA world, it's the same thing when Matt Hughes was winning that title for the longest, and then he faced GSP. and then GSP knocked him out, and all of a sudden it went back and forth for a good minute. But at that time, Matt Hughes was taking everyone down. No, he can grab you, and there was no letting go. You're on the ground. That's it, plain and simple. But then with GSP, it took it to a whole nother level.
Let's not even go back that far. Let's go back not even 10 years.
Who?
Anderson the Spider
Silva. Silva.
Spider.
That is right.
Got knocked the fuck out.
Clean, knocked. I remember that.
I remember that.
A
hard jab. Not even a hard jab. It was a backhand to the freaking
I remember that
chin.
like that was yesterday. That wasn't clean.
To the chin and just went dropped.
That was a shocker.
Then after that, how many people were saying, "Oh, he has glass jaw. Oh, he ain't got no defense.
Right.
Oh, he can't do the
can't
thing
take
with
a punch." Yeah,
he fought when he fought what's it called?
No, when
the
he fought
Stylebender.
DC.
When he fought
DC, he fought DC literally on hours' notice and gave it to DC. And the people were still like, "Oh, this ain't Silva. Silva isn't good." Blah blah blah. I'm like, y'all see the fact that DC literally was like this at the end of the fight?
Yeah, he was hurt.
We're not gonna talk about that.
He was hitting that body. He was hitting that big body.
Even with Stylebender, like those two had a dominant fight. That was a really good fight between those two.
Got a comment.
So, good comment. Go ahead, SG3.
And one more time, very quickly, Ken Jones, our good friend. A little moment of silence for Matt Hughes. Hughes' only thing that could stop that man was a train.
Oh.
That was good. Dot. Too soon.
I mean, it's not really too soon, but yes,
that's good. That's good.
I'll give you that one. That was good. All right, guys, moving on to NFL stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now diving into NFL. The NFL. There was a lot of stuff that happened before we took our little break there. NFL reminds the whole teams. And as far as engaging into common discussions with players under contract with other teams, to not do so unless they have a proper representation by the NFLPA. If I'm not mistaken, that's what that is. If you do not have representation of that with a person that's not under contract with them, you should not discuss any with them. And speaking on that is our very own Roquan Smith. Has been basically, he's representing himself, right? Saying that he's going to be taking care of his own thing, doing his own scenarios and stuff.
I mean,
but for some odd reason, there was a particular person in his team, I think it was an uncle or someone like that, decided to reach out to many other teams and saying, "Hey, what kind of deal can we do?" And NFL got wind of that, and NFL's like, "Hold up,
yeah,
you ain't nothing
out of pocket."
Thank you. You should keep your mouth quiet. And with teams, by that, we're sending a memo, then you guys remind yourselves.
Wow.
Don't be making discussions with this type of person or these type of deals like that moving forward.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So now that being said, is that something, moving on, or a statement to the rest of the players in NFL that, yes, you guys may make a lot of money. You may give the teams a lot of attention, but does that give them, I guess, like you say, a slap on the wrist and say, "Stop doing that"? Exactly, man.
But at this point, though, is it really the players? I mean, it's really the team.
Yeah, true.
That's his own uncle.
Yeah,
right. They should be accountable for whoever else is trying to speak out for them, if you will. You know, they have to check their. I guess in a nutshell, their family. They got to check their family. And be like, listen, we got certain rules. You guys just can't be going out trying to make deals for me. You know what I mean? You can't be out here trying to promote me. You know, that's what I got a team for. That's what I play for.
Right.
So yeah, definitely a slap on the wrist. Hell yeah, it's more so a warning, because if it happens again, I'm sure.
Don't go get those phone numbers out.
That's another question. That's a good little thing right there.
Yeah,
like,
maybe.
I don't know I don't know how we got those numbers and stuff, but that dude was reaching out and contacting a bunch of those NFL teams.
Gotta love Ken Jones, man. The NFL doesn't want the same circus as the NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
that is true.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want another LeBron making decisions behind there and losing still.
And then when I diss his friends when he gets eliminated from the NBA playoffs.
That's so true.
They don't want another billionaire. They don't want another black billionaire. That's fine. That's fine.
Now, that being said, though, Roquan did return to practice after that incident that occurred on that Sunday, and decided to show up and practice with Chicago and be like, "I'll play my final year, but we'll see what happens at the end of the year."
But at this point, though, did he return out of embarrassment?
That's a good question. I would have to say yes.
Out of embarrassment?
I would have to say he had a ton of embarrassment, because you have no other communication.
Because at this point, you were like, "I'm holding out. I'm not gonna play until y'all bring me out a good contract or I get traded."
Yeah.
And then Uncle over here, true, you know what? Y'all saw my nephew. What he's saying? Yeah. Y'all saw my nephew. Yeah. True. And then the NFL kind of comes up to him like, "Bro, Really?
Right.
Hey, bro.
That's your man? No.
That's
That's your man?
That's your guy? That's your
guy?
That's your guy? That's your man?
I thought you represented yourself.
Right? Okay.
That is true. That is true. Now, Deshaun Watson is punished. SG3, fill us in on this punishment. Deshaun Watson occurred.
Oh, damn.
So there was something there. There was something there.
So the NFL finally decides to come against the court or the state, I think, of Cleveland or Texas. I can't remember which of the two it was.
I think it was Texas.
Texas, yes. And they have said that they're going to suspend him, and the court said, okay, that's fine, for 11 games and $5 million.
So,
personally, I don't feel like it was justice.
I was gonna say, is that justice? That's the next question. Is that justice now for the NFL, or is that for NFL? But to the particular people, the ladies, the women,
specifically the women,
the alleged women that were that this occurred to that on them, is that justice for them?
So this is what I'm looking at it. You had 24 counts. Yeah. 24 counts of people that came
that we know of.
Correct.
That came up and said, "This is what I have against this man."
Yeah.
I had a couple conversations with some family members. Not going to give any names out, but I had some conversations.
Yep.
When I told them that 21 women got paid off, I have two sets of conversations. One set of conversations said the main reason why because they have nothing on him.
Yeah,
and they kind of just walked away just because they just wanted money.
Yeah.
They don't even want any. They don't even have anything against them. Where it's like solid evidence. So they didn't got it. They got the money. They walked off.
That's that hush hush money.
Right.
Other conversation though said to me, and this kind of where I'm seeing it. I would see if it was maybe 10 at most. If it was 5, it was 4, it was 2. Cool. It's a different conversation because it's like, all right, cool. Like you have all them, but you paid out 21 women hush hush money.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of Vince McMahonish to me.
Oh, yeah. True. Allegedly.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yes, that is true. That is true. Now
that's where I'm coming from. It's like, and you're so. Let's go ahead and talk about justice.
Just us. No, I'm just lying.
Calvin Ridley last season was injured, so he was bored at home.
Yeah,
he was injured. He wasn't playing. He was at home. He wasn't away games. So he was at home. He was bored. He went on DraftKings and he bet $1,500 that the Atlanta Falcons were going to win their game. They won. He wasn't playing.
Yeah.
The NFL found out. The NFL suspended him a whole season.
Yeah. True.
So was it justice? Oh, okay, cool. So
in a nutshell, no. I don't think it was justice. No.
Now, Alvin Kamara, though, you stated, to us about Alvin Kamara having some type of issues with jail or with the court system and stuff like that right now. What's going on with that?
Alvin Kamara during the Pro Bowl had an altercation in Vegas where he caused bodily harm to somebody.
Oh.
They have been pushing him and his legal team, which, by the way, his legal team is the same legal team that's representing Deshaun Watson or that represented Deshaun Watson.
What a coincidence. I think not.
and at this point, basically, they've been pushing him back all this time. They're trying to get the next time he's supposed to appear in court September 29th, which is technically one day, same week as week 4, where they're going against the Vikings in England.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
So at this point, either they're going to keep pushing him back, but at this point, though, everyone's saying, is he going to be suspended this season? But as we know from the NFL, they're going to probably wait, and then next season he's going to get the hammer.
The hammer.
Ridiculous, man.
Right.
Just penalize these people. Like, yeah.
Agree.
But I'm just saying, though, at this point, you know what? I see the NFL's point of view where they're saying everyone's innocent until proven guilty.
Yep.
So at this point, it's like, you can say allegedly, but there have been times where they have been like, all right, there's evidence, Kareem Hunt, Rice, there's evidence.
9 times out of 10, they got solid evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. 9 times out of 10, you know.
That is true. Now, speaking on evidence, NFL is now claiming John Gruden has sent derogatory emails while serving as the Raiders coach. Now, at this time right now, they're going about legal actions. John Gruden, after he ended up leaving the Raiders or got fired from there.
He definitely got fired. He didn't leave.
Yeah, he got fired from there, right? And afterwards, he decided to go about and sue NFL. So at this point right now, they're about to have a court date set in time for them to discuss all this. But all of a sudden, this is coming out. Now, my question is, why weren't there any other coaches looked at all? Why weren't there any other names of other coaches? If I'm not mistaken, when this whole email thing of conspiracy thing on John Gruden, that there were other coaches and he also was replying to someone else, but those coaches' names were not given. And why would that be?
So at this point, are they still active coaches? Because remember, he was an active coach when all this was going on.
That is true. And I believe it was active coaches, if I'm not mistaken.
And they didn't come out till after he was fired?
It came out him on there.
So, like,
right.
Cause him to get
so
fired.
this was
Right.
going on.
Okay, that's what I was. Okay.
So he was coaching the Raiders
Right.
last season.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then during the last season, which already he was tanking the team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When that was going on, he went from everything's cool, and then they started just bringing out emails.
Right. Okay.
Everything's
I remember
coming out.
that.
Like,
yeah.
he's saying a whole bunch of things, calling
Right.
a host, saying a whole bunch of names he's not supposed to be saying to some play,
Right.
about some people.
Right.
And yeah, we're gonna look further into this. Before they got further, he said, "I'm out."
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
So interesting to say at least NFL.
So where
I
the
would
other-
have to sit there and say, be
Yeah.
careful who you're trying to attack and stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see what the court date kind of comes about, what other evidence, because this is going to be hit streaming,
He gonna
especially
lose.
during the NFL season.
He's gonna
It's
lose.
gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah, that too.
He's gonna lose.
It's going to be another, what's it called? Freaking Johnny Depp and Amber Heard incidents going on there.
John Gruden's gonna sit there and say, "My dog stepped on a bee."
Hell no.
All right, speaking about bees, with Rumble and the Jumble there, okay? Moving on to boxing stuff, everybody. Anthony Joshua, speaking on fights nights and stuff like that, Anthony Joshua fought also too that same Saturday night afterwards, right?
Packed fight night.
It was a
Packed fight night.
packed full weekend. Now,
What?
Anthony Joshua, I'm sorry, my man, but you lost against Usyk Alexander, okay? And he throws a rampage. He throws a rampage after the fight, throwing the title belts out the ring. He ended up walking away for a minute, then comes back to the ring, starts ranting around, cussing at Usyk, da-da-da-da. Then all of a sudden grabbing the title belts and then just chucking them out the ring and everything like that. It was just going on the mic, talking a lot of trash. And then little by little, he started to everyone's like, compose yourself, calm down, apologize to Usyk and all that good stuff. Now, am I wrong or is this a bit babyish?
It is.
Oh, you're trying to say maybe a temper tantrum?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. I could definitely see that. Yeah.
Yes. Now, is this an act of unprofessionalism on his part, especially after
You do that at your job, and let me know if you still have a job.
Right. Let me say, hey guys, we gotta stay a little late. And my employees throw a temper tantrum. What the hell? What are you doing? What is this?
I said him and the manager.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's true.
yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
But I mean, that throws the pressure on him. Now, let's be honest.
What pressure?
Because he came from, if I'm not mistaken, the UK and be so-called a dominant force over there, and then decided to come fight fighters here in the States, but didn't turn out the way that they were expecting.
He got knocked out by a chunky midget. I'm sorry for what I'm just saying. But honestly, who's Andy Reid? Who is Andy Reid to this
He
day?
took it personal. Yeah, he definitely
all right,
did.
Yeah, you go that route. Now, that being said, Tyson Fury came on social media and is supposedly coming out of retirement, but he has basically let everyone know, I'm giving you guys a 7-day deadline for setting up a unification fight and also showing me the money. Yeah. Show me the money.
Show me the money.
Now, SG3, does Tyson Fury have any right to be going back and forth with all this stuff? I'm going to go to retirement. I'm going to stay out. I'm going to come out of retirement. No, I'm not. No, I'm going to baby money.
How many times did Floyd not do it?
Oh, to this day, Floyd Mayweather. To this day, he's doing it.
How many times Pat can not go ahead and allegedly talk about?
Yeah, well, that's true.
How many times Juan Manuel Marquez not allegedly talk about it? Okay, cool.
All right,
at this point, though, I think it's like if he decides to come out, it's because he's going to do the one thing that hasn't been done since 1999, which is hold all titles.
Okay, gotcha. But I would think that's a good thing to kind of go for, right?
And at this point, the main reason why I think he's coming out is like, well, I'm gonna just prove to everybody the fact that I am a better boxer because I got 19 karat stone in this hand.
Hey, and his name is Tyson.
Like
his name was
accent.
based off of Mike Tyson. Like his dad named him Tyson based off of Mike Tyson.
But at this point, though, like I said, what I'm trying to say is, though, since he's got 19 karat stone, he's gonna knock out the little piece of hair that Usyk
still has left. I don't understand why that's still there. Like, just get rid of that.
I
But
seriously
okay.
saw this man, and I was like, dude, I'm getting the genie from Aladdin vibes over here.
That's true. That is
And like when
true.
he would get hit, you would just see like go left and right and left. Like that's the best part about
If he gets hard enough, it does a circle. You know?
Speaking of that, now, man, RJ, man, I gotta get you on this one here. I know you love Adrian Broner. He withdraws from the fight. All right. Speaking upon that, his upcoming fight's coming
one
up.
of my favorites, actually.
Yeah. His upcoming fight, he decides to basically withdraw from the fight over some mental health issues. Now, we're not the one to chime in and dog somebody out for that, right? We're not about that, okay? But that being said, at this moment now, his opponent, Omar Figueroa, is demanding proof about this, about his so-called mental health issues. Should he deserve any type of evidence at all whatsoever? Should he get that?
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia stepped away from his fight saying, I have mental health issues.
Right.
Did anybody ask Ryan Garcia, hey, I want proof about that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's true.
That's true. So I see you. But when? Because Adrian Broner pulled out literally the day of the fight.
When there was talks about him fighting against Tink.
She talks. Literally, the fight was set and everything. The fight was the day of. They already had the weigh-in.
Yeah.
The day of, the guys,
so
I can't do
it
this.
makes you wonder, why would Broner decide to call mental health at the final minutes then?
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, we all can agree that with Adrian Broner, who's always been in the limelight of him and, Money Mayweather, and that whole spiel of occurrence, and he was being on the top of the world and being number one for a good while, supposedly. And then ever since that first loss, everything started, like, you notice things that just didn't seem right.
Like a ripple effect.
Exactly. Mayweather steps away. Mm-hmm. He starts to act, his behavior starts to act irrational and stuff, whatnot. You can kind of get a feeling like there has to be something there, yes. But it's like addressing it now at the last minute of the fight can be questionable. And you can see why people would question that perspective. But demanding some type of proof is another dynamic of where we should get at with demanding proof.
I see what you're saying, Tony the Kid. Like, why? Who is he to demand the proof?
Something
like you're questioning somebody's mental health, and that's I see what you're saying. It's like not very fair in a nutshell. But I think the world is coming at it as like it's not very fair for you to call out the same day of the fight.
Yeah.
Something should be brought to everyone's attention prior to even signing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a 50-50 thing. I don't think it's right for him to be questioned on his mental health, but you got to think athletes go through a lot of shit every day. You can't just demand greatness every single night like LeBron. I mean, but it is.
Son of a gun,
You guys left the door open. You left the door open for that. You left the door wide open for that one.
Zach is right. He does demand greatness from AD, Kyrie. Who else has been in this team with them?
Everybody in the NBA. He's played with everybody.
I was about to say, if he demanded greatness, I know JJ Barish for sure is demanding showing his greatness that day.
So, that goes to so. All right, guys. Hold on real quick. We got to promote. Comment real quick. Go ahead.
I cannot read the name.
That's the barber.
Okay, cool. That's the barber. All right. So the barber says, some people got really bad in their mental status once things get really close to the deadline. And it's true.
That's true.
Yeah, a little
They get right to that point and understanding the fight's about to happen. And you know what I mean? That part of that aspect of things, it's like, can I produce in this fight? Can I come up with something that the fans are really going to be happy for?
You never know what they're going through personally in life, too. I mean,
Adrian Broner, dude, I read his story, man. It's not pretty.
Yeah,
I would love to kind of, if they have like a Hulu special or something like that, something whatnot.
So when he was gonna fight Pacquiao, they kind of like shined some light, dude. His dad really messed him up because
messed up in the head.
I guess when he didn't have cable, for entertainment purposes, he had Adrian fight his brothers. Boxing fight outside, like lace him up. We're gonna do this.
I believe it.
That was his way to like settle arguments.
I mean, that's the same thing with Mike Tyson and how his training method came about in the beginning, where he would literally stand outside, people would throw rocks at him, and he would have to train to dodge. Mm-hmm. So it's like the dynamic and the vision that you would get out of that isn't really the norm. It's not something somebody should deal with on a regular basis, and it's impactful. And for us to kind of not knowing that it has that detriment and that mental damage to them, we won't know until it flares up. Something flares up in them. And at this point right now with Adrian, I guess we can say it's starting to. And I think he's starting to noticing it for himself and be responsible with his health and saying, I gotta step away, guys.
I mean, yeah, because if you think he was dealing with backlash before,
Right.
I mean, it's gonna escalate now. It's
gonna
definitely
ramp up
gonna
now.
escalate. They're
But
gonna
at this point, he needs to really get into his team and himself and get some type of help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And stick with it and have a regimen for himself to stay healthy. All right, guys, moving on to promotion, everybody. As you guys see the TV on the board over there, Alex Barbershop, remember to tune in over there on Booksy. Get yourself an appointment with the barber himself, Alex the One, like myself. You know, I stay clean. I'm on my appointments this Saturday. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be nice and fresh as always, and you guys will enjoy yourselves. It's a lovely place for men bring the kids, want to just hang out and just chill and stuff like that. Everything.
Line them up, let them line you up, let them braid you up, let them fade you up. Let them get to you.
Thank you very much.
Have your friends play pool while you're doing it.
That is true.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
And bet some money and lose money at that too. I did last night.
Sure did.
Whatever. Okay, I lost $30, man. Let me be. Anyway, let's talk about it. It's time for Let's Talk About It, everybody. Introduction. Let's talk about. Got some stuff to discuss. Rejects. Now, first thing on the board is about Wednesday. Okay, it is an Addams Family spin-off special that's going on to Netflix, everyone. But it seems to be under fire before it has reached a release date. Has not even got that far just yet. But it seems to have that right now. All right? Right now, everyone is chiming in on the casting call. Luis Guzman was cast as Gomez. But it seems that everyone is not happy about the casting. They saw the first glimpse and image of this person and decided to sit there and say, that's not Gomez. We want the Gomez that we saw in the first movie and the second movie. And if I'm not mistaken, do you know the actor? And the actor, who's the actor's name?
Raul Julia.
Right. Phenomenal actor. Phenomenal. Gomez, like literally played the character to the T.
His charisma, I think that's what made Raul Julia so much impactful as Gomez, is the fact that he just knew how to deliver this out of the world character.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I mean, Luis Guzman, you can't really say he's not that good of an actor. He has, of course, he hasn't had that many starring roles. He's always been the backup to like Jim Carrey and Adam Sandler in their movies.
That's true.
So this is his time to shine.
Right. His step up station. Right.
And the look of the character, if you look at the comics, original ones,
right,
Luis Guzman looks exactly like how the comic would look.
Correct. And even the cartoon, and with the new animated series that they did of the animation, it looks like the cartoon. Like, and that thing in my mind when that first came out was like, why does he look goofy like that? Why does he look silly? Like,
it's the part for me.
You know what I mean? Like, what? the little mustache that curls and stuff like that. Like, why not give us that, what's it called? What's his name? Sorry. The main actor before. The one that did the first movie, two movies.
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia, right? Like, why not give us that type of Gomez? But they gave us the comic book accurate, and I didn't realize that until I saw it. And I'm like, okay, I guess I can't be mad at that. I can't say too much about that.
And also, we all forget, as a team of fanatics,
we
all forget that the guy behind this casting, the guy behind this whole entire show is Tim Burton.
Yeah. He's always had that type of style of crazy casting. Go ahead.
Alexis Aguilar, he coming up from Shameless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. He did. He was. Is he?
He was. Yeah, he is.
Oh, so it's like the Shameless was a good show. Obviously,
amazing show.
You love it.
I love Shameless. Great show. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
I gotta see it, man. I don't know.
Yeah, great. Every season was great.
That's good. But yes, it's like you're right about these type of casting issues and stuff. We can have judgment, but we have to understand the amount of impact it does to the actor himself or actress.
Okay, here's a good example. One of the best examples for you because you're a big fan of his, like I am. When he got cast in the role, not that many people wanted it. As a matter of fact, in an interview when they asked him...
You're going to say it, aren't you?
Yes, give me a second.
Gotcha.
So in the interview when they asked him, how was your response to when you saw that you got cast in this role?
Yeah.
He said, I looked at the comment section and the first thing I saw was somebody yell out, no! Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. Ben Affleck looks at the comments and says that's the first thing he saw.
Yeah.
To this day, everyone wants him to come back as Batman.
That is facts.
True.
That is so true.
He's taken the fall every time that those movies fail.
That is true. Yes. He's been the vocal point and the test dummy for them, everyone to attack and go after. But he's been such a great Batman actor. And at this point right now, it's the matter of giving him that opportunity. And that's another thing, too, when it comes to like picking and casting actors and actresses. Give them just give them the opportunity to show us first, and then we can cast our type of critique and judgment afterwards. But beforehand, it's a little bit too much. It's the same thing as far as us like chiming in on athletes. We don't know if you're going to be a proper team member to that team just yet until we see the first or second game. Then we can chime in and say, it ain't working. It's not going well.
Or not even athletes with movies. Go back to the movies. Like, remember Sonic? They literally rebuilt Sonic when they first showed us the Sonic. Everyone he got so much backlash. They took him down and then they rebuilt the Sonic. Like that could happen if they get enough backlash. I'm sure they'll get nervous and be like, "Yeah, we got
She-Hulk.
Even She-Hulk. She got backlash,
yeah.
and so much because of how the CGI was done. And then right now, what we're looking at, I'll be watching the first 2 episodes, and thus far, it's phenomenal. It's going well.
Right.
You know what? I'm gonna toss it one more. Heath Ledger as Joker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That was speculated.
That was
big.
so
And
random.
It's crazy because I was behind Jared Leto when he got cast. I'm like, Jared Leto, let's do it.
Yes.
But then when we get Heath Ledger, it's like, why? And
Right.
now I'm like, wow, I love Heath Ledger.
Now it's like,
what
why
they did
not?
with Jared Leto also.
Thank you. Right, exactly.
Right.
That's the crazy part of things. Now, move along, everybody. Speaking about it, it kind of chimes in with what we've been discussing. If you guys didn't really kind of catch on to it, the theme of today, we've been discussing about mental health, right? Some of the things, even with the athletes and stuff. Now, the crazy thing is with mental health, it's becoming more of a priority for the celebs to monitor, as well as athletes to monitor, to make sure we keep attention at their mental health. Now, our problem is that do we fans have the right to be upset when they decide to take a break, when they decide to step back and give themselves time to heal and rest, take a vacation, and just giving them a chance to re-energize their brains in order to keep moving forward? Do we have any right to be upset at that? Zach, I'll start with you.
Me personally, no, I don't think so. It's fine. I think it's acceptable. They're athletes and the actors, they go through a lot. I mean, just to make one movie, it's take months and sometimes even years. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of toll as an actor or actress. Or athlete. Yeah, even that. And then even if you're in a game span or if you're in a long series, or even if you're playing a whole season and then you go into a final situation, you know, that's more stress.
Imagine all the stress with LeBron. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying. Hey, no. But to be fair, the guy loses his hair. Losing titles, losing. It's a lot of backlash.
That's
so
true. Yes.
But he takes it like a boss. So, anyways, it's a toll, and it's fair. I think it's fair. I go for it. I don't want to encourage more of a break, but if needed, please take it. Go for it. It's acceptable. We're all human. At the end of the day, we are all just humans. We put on that sock. 1 foot at a time, it's acceptable. It's not fair. I think it's not fair for it not to be acceptable. Yeah. Is my opinion on it.
So I guess we got 2 comments up there?
Okay,
we got 2 comments. One from the barber. He said, look at Michael Keaton. Nobody wanted him to be Batman.
That's true.
That's the first go around. Keaton, thank you very much.
That's first go around, right? That's first go around.
Alexis Aguilar, absolutely not. Cuddy postponed the whole tour for Zach and I before.
Yeah. I was.
So it's like that's the thing. Like here we go. So examples in the sense of tours. Speaking about the musicians, Shawn Mendes, a good musician, a good music artist and stuff, canceled his whole summer tour in July because he realized after taking a break that the demands of the touring is so taxing on the body, and it is
enticing.
So much so that if you watch the Netflix special he did on Netflix, if you guys ever get a chance, it was like the amount of pressure he's under, but the passion that he has for the music just keeps him moving. But that's the problem of a musician. Like they're so like you got to be pulled in and do it for the fans and the pressure that they got to deal with. Jordan Ellis, John Kent, who plays in Superman and Lois, he exited for season 3 because he had so much issues going on with that. He wanted to take a break. That the show was so demanding and the advertising, all the good stuff. And at this point out, he's considering retiring, which is crazy to say the least.
Wild, yeah.
Noemi Osaka, I'm going to say it correctly. The new tennis player.
Osaka.
Yeah, Osaka. Thank you, my man. There you go. In 2021, she took a break out the French Open because of the fact that she needed to relax on the media. The media was so upset with her that they made it. It's their responsibility to be part of the media part right after a match or something like that. Yeah. But it's like we couldn't do it. We got to relax. We got to take some breaks. Jim Carrey also possibly retiring. So it's to say the least that I think we all need to understand that mental health is a big thing.
It is.
Everyone needs to reach out to people, Ric Flair himself definitely has a lot of issues that he's dealing with in that sense too. That kind of plays in this. Adrian Broner, you know what I mean? All these type of athletes and musicians and celebrities and self need to understand that you guys are in the business in this. But yes, you have to. There's a amount of time frame that you have to give us the entertainment and earn your money. But you also got to make sure that you put that mindset right. You make sure you're properly on. I think producers and production companies need to really think about setting a set psychiatrist or something like that within the realm of them making movies or TV shows or doing tourings and stuff in order for these athletes and actresses to keep moving forward. I think that's need to start investing into that to help them.
That's a good way to put it, investing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'll go with that. All right, I think we'll leave it off with that, everybody. We thank you guys for tuning in here at the Reject Rundown on 216 The Net. It's me, Tony the Kid. Appreciate you guys for stopping up by. SG3, you're next, man.
Guys, I want to say thank you very much for commenting. Kent Jones, Alexis Aguilar, The Barber, G-Money, Tom. We appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's good to be back. Oh, man, RJ.
Reject, thank you for being here with us. Always keep it real, keep it old school. Go ahead, Barry.
Keep it real, keep it old school. Love you guys. Love the commentation. Please give us more. We love you guys for listening. Like I say, follow us everywhere, even in public. Oh, right?
That's right.
Can't stop, addicted to the shit.